From LEX 18, your official UK sports station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Tonight. Presented by Central Bank, the official bank of UK Athletics.
Welcome to BBN Tonight. I'm Keith Farmer.
And I'm Anna Tarullo. Lots of Kentucky versus Auburn talk coming up this evening. I also had the chance to preview the matchup one-on-one with Jay Lucas.
And I talked with the UK hockey team because they play Louisville tonight at midnight. We're going to start, though, with number 12 Kentucky against number 2 Auburn for tonight's Big Blue story presented by CHI St. Joseph Health. The Tigers are averaging 80 points per game. Jabari Smith is a big part of that. More on him coming up in a minute, but a familiar name will be around the basket for the Tigers. Walker Kessler, previously a North Carolina Tar Heel, but he's playing much better as a Tiger. 4 blocks per game to go along with 10 points and 7 boards.
Wendell Green is another transfer. He actually previously played for Eastern Kentucky, so he's very familiar with the Wildcats program, but now he's the Tigers' second leading scorer, averaging 10 points per game.
He's so fast. All right, Coach Cal and Oscar talked with the media a little earlier, and the word of the day was fight.
We're going into a hostile environment. It's going to be a really hard game. And for us, we continue to learn about our team. The last game we shot 36% and won, and I'm ecstatic because you need to know when you don't shoot it well, you can still win. You'll figure out a way. And that means you have fighters on the court. If a guy wasn't fighting, you can't be out there.
The mindset for us right now is like we're going to the war. We're going to the war. It's not going to be easy. We just need to go out there and fight. It's like people go fight for their countries. They're not going to just go out there and play around. They're going to go there like willing to die. So we're willing to die just to bring win in Saturday. It is going to be a great game for us. Like you say, everybody just want to hunt us, but this one is no hunting. This is a fight.
All right, here's the guy that Oscar is going to war against. Jabari Smith might be the best player in the country. The 6'10" freshman forward is projected to be the number 1 overall pick in the upcoming NBA draft. He leads the Tigers in scoring at nearly 16 points a game and has scored double figures in every game since the second week of November, so he's going to be a load.
He has excellent ball skills for his size and can play that string music too. He's made 40 threes this season and he's hitting 43% of them. Just for comparison, Kellen Grady has hit 49 threes on the season and shooting the same percentage as the Auburn big man.
He's not the only big problem, though, that the Tigers present. Walker Kessler, the 7-foot transfer from UNC, he's second in the NCAA in block shots per game, averaging over 4 a night. And Auburn leads the nation in block shots as a team with just over 8 a game. So Kentucky's bigs are going to be important tomorrow. Oscar is going to have to be Oscar, and the Cats need valuable minutes from Lance Ware and Damian Collins. Here's what Coach Bruce Pearl had to say about the matchup down low, specifically against Oscar.
He's the biggest, strongest, fastest player running up and down the floor. We actually have got 3 centers in Stretch and Dillon and Walker that can really run also. That's going to be an interesting track meet to watch that all game long. And you miss, he's going to get the rebound. So everybody will try to pull him away from the basket. It's easier said than done. And then on the offensive end, when Dillon or Walker go over to try to block a shot, which they've been noted to do a time or two, he's just going to be gobbling up the backside of every miss. So you're kind of damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
And the last game we were talking about the small ball, and now we're talking about some big guys, and
right?
Our big guys are going to have to match up with them.
Oh, for sure. And I talked to Jay Lucas this morning. You'll hear a little bit more of it in a minute. But he said, Oscar wasn't happy with his performance last game, so he is going to come out there ready to fight. I'm ready to see it.
Yeah.
This is an important game for a lot of reasons, but maybe the biggest one is position for the SEC's regular season championship, and that's not lost on Bruce Pearl.
It's probably the biggest home game we've had since I've been coaching. And we've played Kentucky here 3 or 4 times, I think. But there's a lot at stake here. Take away the rankings, the winner of this game is going to be at least in control of the regular season championship moving forward, because we only play them once. On a Saturday in the middle of January, all eyes of the country will be on Auburn, Alabama, on CBS on a Saturday afternoon, and it'll be for men's basketball.
Here's a look at the standings. The winner of this one will be in first place, with the Cats already having beaten A&M on Wednesday night. Of course, you have to keep winning, but it will go a long way toward hanging another banner in Rupp to get a win on Saturday.
And it's another good test for these guys before March Madness, just like what we saw against the Aggies earlier this week. And if that game was any indication of this team's future, it sounds like Coach Cal likes his team.
The game may be neutral in the NCAA tournament, but there's a little different importance to it. So when you get in league play, making plays like Ty did at the end of that game, that was huge, because you got, at the end of the day, teams are going to stop you from doing what you want to do. And it becomes players making plays. And if you don't have anybody on your team, it's hard to advance. You got to have a couple guys on your team, and it appears as though we do.
I mean, hard to believe that we're sitting here thinking, you know, this is a game that's so big for March.
Right.
But I mean, really, like Bruce Pearl said, you know, they only play once, and who wouldn't want to be in the driver's seat right now?
Exactly.
You know.
And I feel like that A&M game, it felt like March. It was so rowdy, and I'm so happy they had that game before this one, because same rowdy road environment, but a tougher team. So that was good experience, especially confidence to get the win. And it is the toughest ticket in town to get. Look at this. Bruce Pearl was asked if this was the biggest game of his career since the 2008 matchup of John Calipari's Memphis Tigers and Pearl's Tennessee Vols. Now, that was back when the schools were ranked 1 and 2 respectively. A classic matchup that ended Calipari's bid for a perfect season in late February. But Pearl said this game means more because the game affects the SEC championship.
All right, let's turn our attention to the women. Rough one last night against unranked Florida. The Cats were without Driana Edwards, who did not play due to a disciplinary issue. The Wildcats fell behind early. Ryan Howard tried to keep them in it, finished with a team-high 17. Jada Walker, nice reverse there. She finished with 12 points in this game. Again, short-handed, and the bench got even more thin as Robin Benton went down with another injury. She was just fighting to get back into the lineup. Cats lose by 20 or more for the third straight game, and what's a brutal stretch.
So we just have to go back, reset, refocus, you know, and really change our mentality, a refuse to lose attitude, you know, and that will start with me as the leader of this program, and we really have to do some soul searching, but we're talented enough to turn this thing around, as disappointing as this is tonight. We just go back to blue collar. You go back to work. You know, my message to the team: we are not victims. You know, obviously we're dealing with some adversity, but so are other teams in the country, and we just have to bow up, step up to the challenge, and that's what we'll do.
All right, now hockey isn't technically a school-sponsored varsity sport at UK, but that doesn't make the rivalry with the Cards any less intense. Hear from them in a few minutes.
But first, it's my one-on-one interview with Jay Lucas. That's right after the break, only on BBN Tonight.